Welcome to the Clearly Beneficial podcast, the show where we rip off the Band-Aid and explore the future of healthcare, benefits, and the people driving innovation in the industry. This episode is brought to you by Health Next, the company leading the way in helping employers build enduring cultures of health and well-being, reducing medical cost trends, and increasing organizational performance. To learn more how they can help you, visit healthnext.com.
Happy Thursday, and it's Healthcare Thursday as usual. Every day's Healthcare Day. So the president just released the sordid details of the great American healthcare plan. And listen, we all want lower costs. We all want transparency in pricing. We all want access to care and the things that matter to us, right? So the details are probably a little bit sketchy, but the high-low of it is that, you know, we're going to take a hard look at drug costs, which is good. People like Mark Cuban have been doing that for a while and definitely shining the light on them. So drug costs will be in play, and that's good. Then there's, you know, how much money is paid to insurance companies and having them be more transparent. But where I think the thing falls flat on its face is this notion that the government is going to give me and you cash to go pay for health care. The naive part of this great American healthcare plan is that the insurance companies are only, you know, half of the equation. Let's put drugs over here for a minute, and let's talk about the insurer-provider relationship. Right? Insurers pay providers from the premiums you pay the insurers so that you get care. And the way insurance plans are structured is that for the day-to-day primary care stuff, that's reasonably easy to pay for. So if someone gives you $1,000 to go pay for some stuff, you can spend that money on primary care, which, by the way, is retail about $300 a visit, I might add. But let's just say you get stuck in the hospital and you're now running up a bill in the thousands or hundreds or tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's the whole point of insurance. Insurance is to protect you against that risk. Okay? If you now are going to go to a hospital and say, oh, I need cardiac bypass surgery, what's the price? And they're going to go, well, the price, the non-insurance price, see, it's posted on the wall here. The non-insurance price is $150,000, and I'm being generous here. It's probably more like $350,000. The $1,000 or $2,000 the government gives you to pay for that surgery is nothing, okay? Every hospital plan that is out there, every health plan is out there, has this natural cap built in. It's called the annual out-of-pocket maximum. So if you present to that hospital with a large surgery requirement or cancer or whatever, and you max out what you pay out of pocket for those things, and to the tune of, could be for an individual, it could be $4,000, it could be $5,000. It's no worse than about $8,000 for a single person in a calendar year, right? That $8,000 can actually get you millions in healthcare. That's how insurance works. And if you don't have that insurance able to back you up, you know, you're just going to go without care, and it's just not going to be good. So the insurance side of this thing is messed up, all right? The provider side of this thing is messed up because they're used to hospitals and hospital systems need to keep butts in the seats. They need people in the beds who are costing a lot of money who have commercial insurance, okay? And if people on the commercial side in particular stop going to the hospitals, okay, because they can't afford it, it's going to be pain, especially to rural hospitals who are already on a financial, seesaw. The large hospital systems are going to have to finally do what I said they needed to do for years, and that's re-engineer themselves. Cut out the fat, run like real businesses in order to, deal with this. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, because remember, there are several layers of money that a hospital system receives, right? There's money from the lowest cost they get is from Medicare or Medi-Cal or Medicaid, lowest reimbursement for those services. The next lowest is Medicare, which represents, depending on where you are, could be anywhere between 25 to 35% of the population. And then the Obamacare plans, which tended to favor small business and individuals who did not have access to commercial plans from their companies, for many companies. And then the top tier, which reimburses the hospitals the most, is the highest cost and reimbursement is commercial plans. And commercial plans, again, depending upon where we are in the country, could represent anywhere from 30% to 50% of a hospital's intake. So CFOs at hospitals are constantly fighting what's called payer mix battle. Where's my money coming from? Getting some from here, some from there, some from there. And if all of a sudden we say, oh, well, we're going to give Americans money to pay for this, they're going to be asked to turn their businesses into a cash and carry businesses. A lot of these systems can't even take a credit card, take cash. I mean, you walk in, can I pay cash for this visit? No, you can't pay cash. You got to go through your insurance. So will the great American healthcare plan break everything? Probably will. Everything else is getting broken, so we might as well break this. And honestly, it needs to be broken. I mean, what's been going on can't continue. I mean, hospital systems want, 10-15% revenue increases every year. And, the big bad insurance company, is the one fighting against the hospital system to keep that at a reasonable number. But there hasn't been a year since the early 90s, late 80s, where rates have actually gone down or costs have actually gone down. Okay, it hasn't happened since. Every year you're looking at, honestly, 9% compounded every year. So is this going to change that? Not overnight. It's going to create chaos in the way things are. And, be careful out there. Take the cash. They're going to give it to you. Save it if you can. Put it in an HSA if you can. Stay healthy. Please stay healthy, because that's the only way you're going to avoid the hell that is going to a hospital. Take care. This podcast reflects the personal views of the host and guests, not their employers or sponsors. See you next time.